Nearly 5 years after the mother of 5 vanished from her New Canaan home, and after 7 weeks of grueling testimony,
you need to tell us the truth.
Justice for Jennifer Dulos in the eyes of investigators.
A jury of 6 convicting Michelle Troconis on all counts. The defendant in anguish, laying her head down, crying.
This is a tragedy for all the families involved.
She's innocent, and I know that. My heart knows that.
A dramatic ending to a trial in which both families maintain there are no winners. Guilty on all counts. Michelle Troconis is convicted for her role in the disappearance and death of Jennifer Dulos. We thank you for joining us here for the news at 6. I'm Keisha Grant.
And I'm Mike Heidick. Jurors handed down that verdict after a little more than 2 days of deliberations. Troconis could face up to 50 years behind bars on those 6 charges, which include conspiracy to commit murder, evidence tampering, conspiracy to commit evidence tampering, and hindering prosecution.
We begin our coverage with NBC Connecticut's Kevin Geis, who was there when the verdict was read. Kevin, take us inside the courtroom.
Absolutely, Mike. Keisha, good evening. That verdict came in and almost immediately a wave of emotion filled the entire courtroom. Now, of course, the dust has settled a bit since that verdict came in, and just about all parties involved have had their chance to do an interview or issue a statement. And they all say roughly the same thing. There is no victory to be had in this trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may return to the deliberation room.
6 jurors finding Michelle Troconis guilty on all 6 charges she was facing. Troconis taken out of the courtroom in handcuffs in front of a devastated family.
Choosing and putting my sister as the guilty person is not the right thing to do because she's innocent.
Outside court, her friends and family maintaining her innocence and calling the verdict an injustice.
This is wrong. This wasn't a fair trial from day one. Wasn't a fair trial. And you all know that because you are parents, you are moms, you are grandparents. Please. Look inside your heart.
Defense attorney John Schoenhorn committing to fighting the verdict the jury reached ahead of sentencing and offering insight about Michelle as the jury deliberated and came to a decision.
She is devastated. I mean, she since it went to the jury, she hasn't even slept, and she's just, you know, looked drawn and you know, pale. You know, more so than I had ever seen her in all the years that, you know, in the 4 years that I've known her.
The friends and family of Jennifer Dulos releasing a statement following the verdict, thanking the judge, jury, investigators, and prosecutors, but saying a verdict can't change the past. Also saying, quote, "We've lost a mother, daughter, sister, cousin, and cherished friend. Jennifer's loved ones cannot bury her next to her father." The family and friends also noting there is no victory to be claimed, even after justice had been found. Adding, quote, "Today's verdict is a crucial attribution of accountability, not a victory. There can be no victory when 5 children are growing up without their mother."
And also in that statement, the friends and family of Jennifer Dulos also noted that they hope because of the amount of attention that this trial has gotten, there will be new leads generated that investigators can follow up on. Michelle Troconis' sentencing is set for May 31st. We're live in Stamford. Kevin Geis, NBC Connecticut News. Guys, back to you.
Kevin Geis covering this trial since day one. We thank you. And right after that verdict was read, Michelle Troconis, as Kevin mentioned, was put in handcuffs and led from the courtroom. Right now, she's locked up at York Correctional in Niantic, where she will remain unless she's able to post bond. Her attorney says he's hoping that will happen in the next few days. If Troconis were to get the maximum penalty on each of the 6 counts, she would be sentenced to up to 50 years behind bars, but experts believe that's unlikely.
Now, during our live coverage today of the verdict, legal analyst Jim Bergen says he thinks it will probably be fewer than 20 years.
The way judges look at these is you collapse those counts that really are repetitive. Every murder has some tampering. Every murder has some hindering. People are trying to protect themselves. So essentially the murder is what subsumes all of it.
166. Bergen goes on to say that another aspect that will be considered is Troconis' previous lack of a criminal record. She is due back in court later this month, but it's not for her sentencing just yet. She's scheduled for a contempt hearing March 21st.
Now, this all stems from what happened in court on February 15th and the image on Troconis' laptop screen, which we have blurred. Prosecutors were alerted to a sealed custody report on their computer that nobody was supposed to have access to. The judge in this case has recused himself, so it will be a different judge, and Troconis will have a different attorney for the contempt hearing.